مكانا والله أعلم بما تصفون.
They said, there's another way to help them see the beauty of Islam. This is Islam. People of the world, do you know the truth about Islam? Or do you think it's about bombing planes and killing innocent people? Forget about the lies. I'm here to tell you how it really is. You deserve to know the truth about this beautiful way of life. People of the world, Islam is all about.
I cannot put up with the insults of my Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is what I'm going to be using in my coffee. And by the way, Muhammad wins my vote. What about yours? Share now. And we're coming to you live from our studios right here in Southern California. Coming to you live, mashallah. And we're happy to be here with you. And I always enjoy hearing our brother Mustaqim singing that beautiful song that he wrote, and he mastered it, and he did everything to that. And all of the sounds that you hear are only coming from his mouth. Well, in his chest when he goes ba-boom, ba-boom, like that. But that is an amazing thing. And more amazing stuff coming to you live right now. We're going to go live to we're not going to St. Louis. Let's go to Ann Arbor, Michigan right now. And we'll talk with the former Baptist minister who came to Islam. His name is Richard. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Hey, I don't want to be outdone by Mustaqim singing, so it's my turn.
Oh, go ahead.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since there's no place to go, it's snowing in Michigan.
Let it snow, let it
It
snow, let it go.
It is snow. Although we're not as bad as the East Coast. We're only getting about an inch. The East Coast is getting a foot. Out in Pennsylvania and New York, New Jersey.
12 inches? A foot? And I've put my foot in the snow before, but I would not like to see a foot of it fall all at once. And matter of fact, when I lived in Ohio, we did see a lot of that. Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
But we're good. Alhamdulillah. We love snow here in Michigan. It's beautiful. And you got to be a little careful when you first learn to drive on it. But it is, we have 4 seasons here. So just as Allah planned. And I think the beautiful part of what we do here and with all the 4 seasons, it just reminds us of, you got the spring, the summer, where everything's kind of going along normal. and then everything starts to die, and everything starts to really die in the winter. And then all of a sudden, spring comes, and everything is just back to life, which is just a wonderful picture of the plan of Allah for everything, including us.
And I also enjoy the Four Seasons. Every time I go to Riyadh, I stay at the Four Seasons Hotel. I love it. It's very nice.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
5 stars. MashaAllah.
5 stars. 5 stars over the Four Seasons.
Yeah. I love that. Hey, I hear another laughter in the background.
There is
I
another
think
voice.
we better move over to, well, what do you say, Richard? We'll go to Yuma, Arizona right now. What do you think about that?
Let's do it. Out there to the desert. Let's go.
I like it. Sister, let me hear from you. Sister Kim.
Salam alaikum.
MashaAllah, wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We got to pull an image of you up here. Pull an image. All right. Okay, now we got it. Hey! Oh my goodness.
Wonderful.
You're wearing that old outfit that you had. All right. I haven't seen that for a while. MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
Well, I gotta change my clothes sometimes.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. I change my clothes every year, whether I need to or not.
That's always smart.
Sister, tell us about Yuma, Arizona. What's going on out there?
Well, Yuma, Arizona is actually quite chilly. We're only in the 60s today, and we've been getting down close to freezing at night. I finally had to turn my heat on, and I've only got the heat running at night, but it keeps it from getting too cold in here. But Arizona is very quiet. Yuma right now is the hot spot in the state for the coronavirus. And so people are staying indoors, not going out very much.
Wait. You're saying in all of the state of Arizona where you live is the hot spot?
Yes, it is.
Huh. How come it's in all of the United States I'm living in the hot spot? Wait a minute. Richard, what's going on over there where you are? Is that a hot spot too?
No, it's a cold spot. It's only like 20 degrees.
You're in a cold spot?
But we're with COVID, we're on the right now, kind of leveling out. We're not hot, we're not cold. We still have to be very, very, very careful, and we're on total shutdown here.
You're on a what?
We're on shutdown here as far as the schools, the restaurants, the taverns, those kind of places. Retail is still open, but everybody's being very careful.
All right. Well, let's see, sister. I want to get from you a little bit more details about why. When you're saying it's the hot spot, I don't get that. I don't understand what.
It means that we have the highest rate of infection and the highest rate of deaths in the state of Arizona.
Wow. So, and that's not a, but I can't understand, but I don't think Yuma is as big as Phoenix, is it?
No, Yuma in the wintertime is about 210,000 people. In the summertime, we're only 90,000 people because we have a lot of people who come to Yuma.
Oh, I get it. The influx of the other people, anybody who's traveling around, they don't have masks on, not taking care. And also the elders are the ones that come down to you, what they call the snowbirds, right?
Exactly.
When I lived in Florida, they talked about the snowbirds and the blue hares. And at first, I thought, what kind of bird is it called a blue hare? Maybe blue feathers or something. They said, no, the people. I said, what people? They said, well, the influx in the wintertime of the people up north from Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ohio, New York, and all of New England, and they all get in their RVs and they drive down here. That's a migration. Okay. And then in the springtime of the year, around Easter, they all go back. So Thanksgiving, they come down. Easter, they go back. They said that's a regular migration, and they call them the blue hares because they're trying to dye their white hair, and it becomes out blue or something like that. I don't know, but anyway.
It does.
It does?
I've seen a lot of that. Yes.
Oh,
When
I'm
you
looking
try
at.
to dye your hair so that the silver becomes white, it turns blue.
There you
go. Okay. I didn't know that. I'm learning something every day. Well, Richard, you said you know that about. How do you know that? Did you ever try to dye your hair?
Not blue.
Not blue. Okay. He's not going to give us an answer on that one. Okay.
Back in my younger days, I tried a little bit, yeah, kind of cover up some gray. But then it got like, whatever. Take me as I am.
When I was a teenager, there was a thing about blonde-headed guys should dye their hair black because that's, I don't know if you know, Elvis Presley did not have black hair.
No, I didn't know that.
No, he had a mixture color. What do they call that? It's kind of brownish, blondish, you know. They call it dishwater blonde. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know much about Elvis. My grandparents told me about him, but I didn't know much about him.
Shut your mouth, boy. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, that was really nice. I like that. Thank you so much. Anyway, you know what? I like it when we do our live programs like this because we get a chance to have fun and joke around a little bit. But then we have some very serious issues that we have to deal with. And I think the levity of what we're doing, you know, just like joking around in the beginning, helps us prepare for the very seriousness of the topics that we have, not the least of which, of course, is the pandemic. And that is a very serious topic. Also, the treatment of Muslims around the world, another very serious topic. And if you didn't have Guidus TV and our websites, then you would have a lot less of straight out communication between the converts and the born Muslims. And this is one of the things that we provide is an open door for the converts to come in and learn more about what is real Islam. Like me, when I first came to Islam, I needed to know. And sister, we're going to put both of you up at the same time. I hope you're not too shy to be right next to Richard like this. Are you okay with that?
Oh, no, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Richard, are you kind of shy about this? You want to just, yeah, if you look off to your left, point to your left. I want to be sure. Yeah, okay. Just keep your eyes kind of toward your left because she's on your right side, all right? That's Alhamdulillah,
Right,
alhamdulillah.
right, yes.
And it's a cartoon of her anyway, so.
Nice.
Anyway, sister, when you came to Islam, can you just a little bit tell us what were the things that you were looking on? What were you expecting? What was it that you learned about Islam that attracted you and why you were expecting something? And then we'll talk about later what really happened.
Well, when I came to Islam, I actually had no plans to come to Islam. What happened was my husband at the time and I were studying in college with the intent of working in the Middle East. And I started studying Islam strictly with the intention of being able to travel in the Middle East and fit in. Because, you know, from what I understood, Americans were the devil over there, and we didn't want to offend anybody. So I started studying Islam so that I'd be at least aware of the customs and the traditions and things like that. And the more I read about it, the more I started to think, this sounds like the truth. And I was in rural South Dakota, so I had no Muslims that I could talk to and ask questions of. And through my research, I ended up finding Guide Us TV. And all of a sudden, here's a 24-hour TV station that if I watch it, I get all my questions answered. And so I watched the show religiously, and that's how I got to know more about you, Sheikh Yusuf. And I looked up more of your videos online, and whenever I typed a computer, boom, up came Sheikh Yusuf, and he had the answer for my questions. And so I was like, I have got to meet this guy. And I found out that you were coming to Minneapolis and that you were going to be speaking at a masjid in Eden Prairie. And so I drove the 4.5 hours out to Eden Prairie to hear you talk in person and to give my shahada. And that's how I came to Islam. But I had no idea what to expect. I'd never seen a mosque, never mind been inside one. I'd never even met another Muslim. And so my expectations were fairly moderate, and I was absolutely shocked at how human everybody was. You know, I expected to go in and in the women's section, basically be in there with a bunch of nuns that would only talk about religion. And I got in there, and there was women from all walks of life and all different ethnicities. And so I was speaking with Iraqis and Yemenis and Somalis, and the children were there, and the children are running around and playing. And I'm like, this is, you know, just like going to church. You know, where the families are there together. The only difference is that the women were behind a barrier. And it was very welcoming and very inviting, and a great introduction to Islam, just from sitting there with the women for a couple of hours.
MashaAllah. Well, let me ask this question. From the people that you met and the stories that you heard and the different lectures that were going on, what was the idea that you came away with how Muslims should treat other Muslims in the beginning? What was your thoughts about that?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't know that Muslims had instruction from Allah to treat other Muslims well. And so I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
I didn't know if I was going to be treated as an outsider or if I was going to be accepted. And after being there at the masjid, I had a long drive home and a lot of time to think about it. And, you know, and my opinion of Muslims, which had been, I wouldn't say negative, I'd say neutral. But my opinion of Muslims went skyrocketing through the roof after that. And I was like, these are wonderful people. They were so accepting, so inviting. And I got so many phone numbers of sisters there that I could call if I had any problems. And it was really a remarkable experience. And, you know, and it took me a few days to really comprehend it. And from that point on, I was really disappointed that I couldn't go to the masjid because it was a 4.5 hour drive to get to it. And I miss the fellowship, especially with this pandemic, not being able to go to the one that's local to me. Now that I've moved to Arizona, I miss that companionship, and I look forward to the day that we can all get together again, inshallah.
MashaAllah. Sister, I was very happy to hear you saying that Guidus TV played a part in what you were doing, and know that our efforts are reaching out and touching others, because I would like for this to be something that would continue to go and grow. I'm going to switch now over to Richard, and I'm going to ask you, Richard, Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Whenever you first came to know about Islam and understand more about what this thing called Islam was all about, did you immediately think, I need to switch over to that? Or was it like, in my case, I was thinking as, a preacher calling to the pagans or to the idolaters, that that's who I thought Muslims were, and I need to call them to Jesus. What was your first thoughts?
Immediately, when I started to hear about Islam, it was, there's an ayah, I'm trying to remember exactly where it is, where when Allah guides someone to Islam, he opens up their heart. And that was just so true. As soon as I started to hear the message of worshiping one God, doing good to our brothers and sisters, non-exclusive, open, available for everybody. And then when I first had my first prayer and I realized that Allah had invaded my heart, I didn't hesitate. I was like, give me a shahada, let's go, let's make this work.
MashaAllah. So, okay, now I want to ask, what was your expectations? That's the word I was looking for. What was the expectations that you had for the treatment of the Muslims, other Muslims? How should they treat you? What did you expect that they would do, or did you have an expectation?
I had not been in a mosque. I had not met a Muslim before. I met young Ghassan, who introduced me and gave me the message of Islam. I had not ever talked to an imam. I had never read the Quran. It was like the experience I had in this very room when I looked in this corner and began to say, in the name of Allah, the experience that I had of Allah's invasion into my heart, I was done. I was ready to go. And so it was, Allah, I had asked for guidance. Allah guided me. He confirmed that with the opening of my heart. And I don't even know how to put, there's no definition for that opened my heart. It was just some kind of it was like a breakthrough of I just connected with the Creator. That was just an overwhelming. It was like, oh, this was real God. And that made a lot of sense to me. Emotionally, it was very, 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 very heavy. And so when I went back to talk to Ghassan, I was like, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. I had told him earlier I was going to read the whole Quran. I said, I want to read the Quran. I want to find out what's in there first. And I did need it, but I didn't need to do it then. I've done it since. But I was ready to go. And
now here's another question. What about Ghassan? You were talking about Ghassan, and what did he provide for you as far as we're talking about the guidance and all? But did he talk to you about what were the pillars of Islam and how you would perform all of that, or what did you expect from him?
Yeah, after I had done the Shahada, we continued to meet together, what we did was he was working at a retail store, and I went and met with him occasionally there. But then we decided to make Juma our meeting and teaching day. And so we would meet at the masjid for Juma, and either before or after sit down with a sandwich and something and discuss. You're like, what questions do you have? I was, well, you tell me a little bit more about what you've experienced. And so we did that for quite some time, and got to learn a little bit. Then other people started to help a little. Some of them with some good advice, some of them with some questionable advice. But every time I had a problem, I knew where the imam's office was, and I was like, okay, you tell me what I need to know. Because I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew the Quran. It's a book like the Bible. Well, not like, you know what I mean. But I didn't know anything about hadith. And I went up to him one day, and I went, after Jim, and I said, I hear a lot of this about hadith. I hear you do your hukmas from hadith and things. And is that in a book? Do I find it, you know? And he just laughed himself silly, going, it's in thousands of books. And at that point I said, okay, you studied, you tell me what I need to know, and I'll line up. Which was really good. So yeah, there was opportunities to grow and to learn, to talk to people. You know, you have a million questions, but you don't really. Some of the questions didn't matter. It was just, I was worshiping God, and I found this. It was in the sixth.
And what did he provide for you as far as?
Yeah, there was opportunity.
Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong button.
I was going to say, in the Quran, it's Surah number 6, some questionable advice. That whoever Allah desires to guide, he open his heart to Islam.
Yeah.
And that's what had happened to me. And, you know, it's been 2.5 years. And I always remember, maybe I'm sure you did, a Southern Baptist, you had revival services, you would go to camps, retreats, and everybody get all fired up for God. And yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to live. I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to pray. And it would only last for a little while. You would you know, you'd go on a retreat, and you'd come back all fired up for God. And then after about a week or two, all your promises kind of started to fall apart. And it was like, okay, we'll hang on till we get around to another revival or something. But I have, alhamdulillah, the whole concept of salah, of me connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it just is special, day after day after day. I mean, it's not like electrifying and lightning bolts and thunder or whatever, but it's just the nearness of Allah. And that's after 2.5 years, and I'm grateful for his presence, his confidence to share his presence with me. And it's delightful to be a Muslim in the midst of this crazy world. Allah is in control. He's planning really well, and we just have to follow in line.
Well, I've got some good news. We are going to go for a break right now, but I'm going to give you the update. Our program today is all about why we need Guidus TV. That's why we're talking with others like myself, like Sister Kim and Brother Richard, who have accepted Islam, and then we need follow-up. And so we're going to tell you right now what the results are so far. So far in this program, I'm looking right on Facebook, we have one barometer, and that's Facebook. I know that we're broadcasting on satellite, but because we have no ads, no advertising, they don't give us any statistics because we don't need it, according to them. Yeah. Anyway, so the Facebook is the only one that we have statistics from. And usually we have 1,500 watching us. And then later more will share because you share. Because you share. More and more people get this message. All right. And so you share it, and then later people click on it and they come in, and it'll wind up with 30,000, 50,000, something like that, somewhere in there. And we're very happy to hear that just on one of the social media. We use Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube is really big for us, but really we don't worry about those numbers like we pay attention to the Facebook. You know why? Because I can dialogue with you guys. Or at least I thought I could. I just clicked it and you saw the backfire that happened. Anyway, here's the numbers. Right now, I'm looking at 5,764 people that we reached, 28 engagements, 149 who have actually clicked on the likes and the shares. The shares is 46. 64 comments. I mean, this is amazing, and you guys are getting all the reward for it. So just keep on going with that. I need you to keep sharing, keep commenting, and keep liking it. You know, click, click, click on the likes or the cares or, you know, the hearts, whatever you'd like to do. But be sure that you do share this to your page and share in your emails with others, because this is what really gives us an indication. Although it's a small percentage, but we are multiplying this times 100, and that is pretty much what we're reaching with our satellite and our websites, our free apps that we have all around the world. All right, so this really is reaching millions of people every single day. Every single day we're reaching millions of people. And why I'm bringing that up is because we want you to know how important it is to support us. Before we go off the air at the end of the year and don't come back on satellite. I really hope, inshallah, you're taking this very serious. I'm only asking you to do two things and then requesting, if you could, on the third thing. First, dua. I know you can do that. That is not hard for you to make dua. Oh Allah, keep this on the air. Keep it on the satellite. Make it go into more homes. Up to Allah, but we ask Allah to get it into more homes. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he told us that in the last days, Islam will reach into every house, whether it's made out of the brick or stones or whatever, or even the animal hair, like the tents. It will reach into every house. And I would love for you and me to have that reward of making that happen. Wouldn't you love to do that? Okay, so share this right now. We're going to take this short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be asking you to do the third thing. So the first is the dua, the second is the sharing, and then we're going to talk about the third thing when we come back. All right? So this is how. This is how.
That's right. We're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Guidus TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business. Just free.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at Donate to.
That's right. We're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Guidus TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business. Just free.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at Donate to.
And And we are back. I'm sorry you had to watch that twice, but I think you get the idea what will happen if we go off the air. Now, that is the satellite, but it covers the entire United States, Canada, the northernmost part of Mexico, the islands off into the Caribbean, and even the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda is included, and also Hawaii and Alaska. That's a lot of coverage, guys, and that satellite is doing that job. Now, I want to talk to you about the third thing we're requesting. First, we ask for your dua. And if you didn't make the dua, then I don't know why. Because even if you're not a Muslim, and listen to this. If you're not a Muslim, I would encourage you to pray for us to do a better job of communicating the message of the real God. If you say that and you think we're not doing the right way, then the real God would answer your prayers. If he's the real God to you, then pray to him and ask him to guide us, because that's the name of the program, guide us. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, I ask you to share this, and I know you can do that. I think almost everybody on the planet can find a way to share it, even if it's just a bumper sticker like this that says worship the Creator, not the creation. And by the way, that says Guide Us TV right on the bumper sticker right there. And if you want, we're back ordered on these right now, but I want to get these out. Okay, so if you would like one, send to contact@guideus.tv. That put the word contact in front of the Guide Us TV instead of the www. Oh, let me cover that. There we go. www. Sacrifice that for what? Contact at instead of the dot, guideus.tv. Send us that email and request this bumper sticker. We'll send it to you absolutely free. As soon as they come in, I have to get some more printed, okay? But now, the third thing. This is the third thing. Number one of the third thing. I got two things to show you. That one first. If you know how to use your phone to send a text message, so this is the thing you do. First, whip out your phone, and then, like you're going to make a phone call, put in 41444. But it's a text message, so it's not like a regular phone call. You go to the text messaging, and you put in 41444. Then you get to type a word or words. Just type Islam, I-S-L-A-M. You don't have to do uppercase, lowercase, whatever. Just Islam, nothing else. Just Islam. And then send it. You'll know you did something wrong if we don't send you something back right away. Because our computer will send it back to you right away, a link that you can click on. Because you're not paying for anything, you're not doing anything but examining what we are doing, what our projects are. The free Quran project, translation of Quran being sent out to anybody who orders it, free. Now we pay the postage, okay? Also, the project for the new programs that we're doing, and the project is staying on the air, like our satellite, okay? So those are the projects, and you can choose what to support, or you can just go to donateislam.com right now. You can just go to donateislam.com right now and then find out how you want to donate. Just click it, and you can do something one time or monthly. Let me talk to you about that for just a second, and then I'm done, okay? The monthly thing is better for you. Yes. As much as we need a large donation before the end of the year, I'm still going to tell you what's beneficial to you. Not to me, not to the channel. This is beneficial to you. Sign up and do something monthly. $1 a day. How about that? $1. Wouldn't hurt you. Maybe $2 a day. Whatever, but total it up, and at the end of the month, just make sure that goes through. Whatever you do, do it regularly. Regularly, regularly, regularly. Why? Because our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, he told us Allah loves. Okay, as soon as you say Allah loves something, I want to know what it is. If it's not too hard, I would love to do it because I want Allah's love for me. You want God Almighty to love you? Yeah. Here's how. Allah loves the thing you do regularly. Even if it's small. Even if it's small. More than the thing you do that's real big, but you only do it once. So do that regularly. Look at our salah. Don't we do our salah regularly? 5 times a day. And what about fasting? We don't do it just once a year. We do it 29 or 28 days out of every single year. Plus, we have some sunnah or optional fasting that gets even more rewards. Oh, yeah. So regularly. Yes, and every year we pay our zakah, but we also have charity that we give out throughout the year. Yeah, so see, the regularity, regularity, regularity. And any day that Allah doesn't feed you, doesn't give you any nourishment, you can question that. You can think, why didn't I get any nourishment today? And then you go by 2 days or 3 days or 4 days and you didn't get any water, you didn't get any food, you didn't get any nourishment. Wow, 5 days, oh, well, how about this? How many days have you gone through your life and didn't even stop long enough to say thank you to Allah for all the things He gives you? And even the breath that you take, every breath you take is a gift from Allah. Subhanallah. So regularity, regularity. He's not asking you for a lot. He really isn't, compared to what we ask Him for. All right, now let's go back to our program already in progress, and I'm going to be talking with our guests today about their experience with coming to Islam. First of all, let's go back to Richard. Richard, we just left you a minute ago. I'd like for you to just kind of wrap that up for us and put it in a nutshell so that we can... oh, I love it! Wow! Man, we should hire you to do the artwork. Give reoccurringly. Is that what you just put? Reoccurringly?
Yeah, recurring gifts, yes.
Recurring regularly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it helped if I knew how to read.
You just set it in motion and then it's on. You don't have to worry about it. You won't forget it. It just happens.
All right. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Okay, well, let's go over to Sister Kim now and just ask her. Let's see, where did we put her? Whoa, there she is.
No.
There you are. Go ahead.
Actually, there's something that I'd like to mention that you haven't brought up yet that some people might not be aware of, is that Guide Us TV is also available on Roku. Now, I know millions of you out there have a Roku box. It is so easy to get Guide Us TV. All you have to do is go to the channel store and just type in Guide, and it will come right up, and just add it to your channel listing, and you can watch Guide Us TV on your TV without a satellite. And like I said, I know millions of you have a Roku box. It doesn't cost a thing. There's no subscription to watch us. So why not add us to your channel listing?
Good idea. Good idea. I hope we can stay on the satellite, but for a few folks, they can switch over to Roku if we are not able to. But I'm trusting Allah and I'm trusting you to do your job. And again, let's do a recap real quick before we go back to Sister Kim. Number 1, we're asking you for dua. Number 2, we're asking you to share. And number 3, we're asking you for donations, whatever you can do, but regularly, if you can. And now I understand this is a pandemic and it might be that it's too difficult for you, but let's do this. At least do $1. At least do $1. If you can do $1 a day, that's even better. And if you can do that on a regular basis, maybe Allah will solve all your financial needs, or at least get it rolling for you. And I can't guarantee anything, because I've seen people donate and get amazing amounts back, both in Christianity and Islam. And I never talked to any of the faiths about that, but I think that pretty much works for all of that. And here's why. By the way, and for the Muslims, born Muslims too, I want to tell you guys that the idea of giving in this dunya for the sake of whatever you believe, Allah will pay it back. Oh yeah. Christians get huge amounts back when they donate. I know, because I used to do it. Yes, sir. The more, listen to this. The more stingy you are, but you still give out in spite of being stingy because you want it back. I want to give this because I want God to give it back to me. You'd be surprised how much He'll give you back. You know why? Because He's not going to give you anything at all in the paradise. Forget about it. Oops. Yeah. Richard, you've got a comment about that one? I see you laughing there.
Yeah. We used to have an old saying, you can never outgive God. And, some people have taken that too far, in a sense where they kind of give expecting. And, this is up to Allah and His plans for us. But the reason to give to Gaius TV are many, many reasons. But one of them is when life is getting a little tough, whether it's COVID-19, unemployment, the passing of a loved one, some heartache, some difficulties here on earth, that, we're kind of stuck at home nowadays. There's nowhere to turn. And you can turn to the regular TV and you watch the news, the sports, the weather. Nothing's going to hit your heart and help comfort you except that which comes from the truth of the Quran, of Hadith, the teachings of Islam, and that you hear in simple English right here on Gaius TV. So this is a solace. This is a place to, when things are barreling in on you, this is a place to, turn the TV on, get yourself a cup of coffee, and listen and learn and grow and feel the presence of Allah and feel it's just like you just know things are going to work out. You just know things are going to get better as you trust Him and turn your heart. Rather than listening to soap operas and everything else, turn to the simple gospel. Yikes! The simple message of Islam.
Well, gospel is that is nothing wrong with the word gospel, because that's related to the idea of sending out a message. So it's right. Not wrong. It just isn't something that Muslims use.
Yep. Right. Yeah, indeed. But this is a place to give, so you can sit down and find help in time of need.
All right.
The need that you have now is maybe not as great, but it might be. Matter of fact, the way life is these days, it will be. And you can turn to Gaius TV for your help.
May I say something?
Yes, I hope you do.
If it was not for Gaius TV, I can't guarantee, of course, Allah has the best plan and He is the best of planners. But if it was not for Gaius TV, I definitely would have been extremely delayed in coming to Islam. That being in a rural area with no Muslims, the availability of Gaius TV to be there for me when I was looking for answers was such a huge help to me coming to Islam. And I keep telling people when, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, if you're having questions about your faith, tune to Gaius TV. And, you can always call us or you can just watch the shows. And, you know, even now, of course, that I have converted, I'm still learning something new every day from Guidus TV. And in this pandemic, it's especially crucial, where Muslims can't get out of the house, they can't go to the masjid, they can't form study groups together. Guidus TV is there for you. And the only way it's going to be there for you is if you help keep it there for you. And that's why we're asking for your donations today. Please keep Guidus TV available for everybody.
Yeah, right now we're only focused on the television channel itself. We're just concerned about keeping this satellite. And let me give you a little breakdown about that, guys, so that you know the financial condition of what happened. In the first part of this year, before the pandemic ever hit us, we were already negotiating with the channel, with the satellite people. And they like what we're doing. They're not Muslims, but they like what we're doing. And even though, because we don't have any commercials, we don't have any sponsorship, we're not political. Occasionally I make jokes about the presidency, but I've done that for every president. So, you know, and none of them ever rewarded me for that. By the way, I should do. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that the negotiations with the owners of the satellite was such that they had granted us an unbelievable deal. They had already given us a good deal on the satellite, and I've compared it myself to others, but they even cut that back to the extent that I couldn't believe it. They said, we want you stay on the air with us. Just take care of us like you do every month. Right after the pandemic started, I said, oh no, now what are we going to do? Because I used to go out on the road. I used to go to the masajid, and I used to go in there, and they would get filled up with people. And then we would just pass the hat, basically, you know, and ask people to donate to keep us on the air. And people would do it. But now in the pandemic, I can't go anywhere. I can't go out there, and I can't pass the hat around. And it's very convenient. And maybe I got a $20 bill, I'll throw it in there, and somebody else throw in a 50, another 20, some 10s, a $100 bill here and there. And it adds up because I was going to 3 or 4 places in a single day. Even in the weekdays, I'd go to at least 1 or 2 places. Yeah, every day. And I traveled all around the world. And it made it really nice that we could keep growing and growing. Financially, it takes a lot of money to run a television channel. Now, I'm not just talking about the studios. I'm talking about the connections that you have to get on the Roku box, to get on the Google box, to get onto the Netflix or whatnot. We're not on that. What's the Google channel that? Anyway, we have so many different areas that we reach out to. And of course, we're looking for as many free ones as we can get. But at the same time, there are some that you have to pay for. And this deal that we had with them, I said, what can we do? And when I talked to them on the phone, look what they said. They said, listen, we're going to cut it in half for you. I said, what? Yes. And you don't even have to pay it for the next 6 months. But at the end of the 6 months, we're expecting you to give us all of that. So half, but it's all due now. And we haven't paid a cent. Yeah, that's why we're asking. We have a number of 38,000 that has to be met. Now we're on the way. We're on the way to receiving that. Some people have promised us. And it looks like we have about half of that already committed. All right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But until that, we still need to make up the rest of it. So please share this right now. I know you guys are doing it because when I checked the numbers a few minutes ago, it was 5,700. Now it's 8,900 have been reached. Well, let me refresh that again. We're looking at this. You can look at it too. If you're on Facebook, if you have Facebook on your phone or something, open it up and go to facebook.com/Y, the letter Y, put a dot and then Estes, y.estes. That's the official Guide Us TV live programs right there. There's others. You can go on some of the other different ones that we have, like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and we have other pages. Also the Guide Us TV page, but it's only got less than 100,000, I think. Anyway, this one has close to 1 million followers on it, and it looks like we already raised $88. All right. And this is going toward our nonprofit organization, which is called the Estes Heritage Foundation. Estes Heritage Foundation. And it says 2 people already donated, and it's already at $88. So that's great. And it says that we've reached 8,900 people already, 616 engagements, and 102 comments. 225 people have liked it, and 110 shares. You are on the way, guys. You're doing your job. All right, sister, I want to touch base with you again. Tell us again how important this effort that we're doing with our websites too, by the way.
Well, the effort is so important because not only the TV station, but the websites are there for Muslims 24/7. And the websites, if you haven't been to the websites, go to shareislam.com and donateislam.com. And go to Sheikh Google, type in your questions. It's all there for Muslims, and it's all there 24 hours a day. I know your imams try very hard, but I'm sure your imam is not available 24 hours a day. And if you just need a spiritual pick-me-up, watch TV. Watch Guide Us TV.
I like you mentioned Sheikh Google.
And that's what I was just going to say. If you have a question, go to Sheikh Google and ask your question. And it will point you toward reliable, checked upon resources to answer your question. The Estes Heritage Foundation does so much for Muslims. Between the Free Quran Project, between all the TV projects, between all the websites, and it's only with help from people like you that we can keep this thing going. And I'm going to wrap it up real quick because I see we only have about 1.5 minutes left.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow. I'm glad somebody knows how to tell time around here. MashaAllah. Okay, guys, with when we get the phone call, maybe we're not going to get the phone call tonight. I remember he told us that. Here's what you do, guys. Guide Us TV. Wait a minute. All right, here we go. DonateIslam.com. That's the where to go. And here's what will happen when you go there. You see something like this. The other alternative that we have is to use your phone, and let's see if I can put that up real quick. Yeah, 41444, send the word Islam. Do that right now, and then ask Allah to guide us, guide you, guide all of us to the right thing. And for brother and sister Richard and sister Kim, I'm saying Salam alaikum rahmatullah, and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
I love that.
And that's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Guide Us TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business, just free.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at Donate to.
And that's right, we're right across the river from Palestine. As a matter of fact, here in Aqaba, the new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah. Alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Guidus TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business. Just free.
Log in